Hi, thanks so much for clicking on my video today. My name is Gray, and if you don't know, I am a third-year student at University of Texas. The purpose of this video is to just give those who are interested in coming to UT or are already at UT some tips on living in Austin on campus or off campus. After I go through the 4 main living options, I'll also give a room tour of my room here in West Campus. And I'll explain more about my living situation in a minute. The 4 main living options for UT students are dorms, which are going to be on campus, student living off campus, which are going to be like the more high rises, co-ops, and then just regular apartments. I never lived in a dorm. I've had friends that lived in dorms, so this is kind of just what they have told me as well. But some pros are you get to meet people. So many people that I know met their closest friends in the dorm, and that being said, we did go into college during the pandemic, but that was a great way to meet people because there was like literally no way to meet people otherwise at the time. And then the second pro, you kind of get that college experience. I don't know, college experience is just kind of different for everyone, but like the college experience of living in a dorm. But also that experience comes with living with people like right next to them. And if that's something that you want, then go for it, but you will be sharing your room with someone. Otherwise, if you get lucky, you get a suite to yourself. But you have to, most dorms at UT, you're sharing a bathroom and you're sharing a room with someone else. And sometimes you'd be sharing a bathroom with 4 people, depending on if you get a suite, or you could be living in a communal bathroom area situation as well. But living in the dorms, you don't have to pay extra bills. Like you don't have to pay for water, you don't have to pay for electricity. All that's covered by the university. That being said, it's going to be expensive. Like the dorms are pretty expensive, but you are on campus and there's like meal plans that you can also get with housing. So that's just like the dorm situation going on. The next living option would be student living off campus, which is, so if you go to Austin, if you go off campus, you'll realize that most of the student living is going to be in West Campus, and those are going to be your more high rises. They're owned by a company and it's student living, so you're living with other students, or typically you're living with other students. They have you like fill out an application process. They ask if you are going to school and all that jazz. The high rises, some pros with them are that they are a little bit more private than, depending on where you live, they're more private than the dorms. You get to be in the West Campus culture, which is a little bit more freeing. Like you're not on campus, you don't have an RA on your floor. You will have CAs, which are community assistants or something like that, and they're kind of looking over the property and stuff like that, but it's not as rigorous as dorm living. And if you live in the high rises, there's a lot of amenities that come with it, depending on when you live. A lot of them have gyms, some of them have pools, and like goodies and stuff downstairs sometimes. The cons of student living off campus are it's still going to be pretty expensive. I think they're about just as expensive as the dorms, if not higher. The more privacy you want, the more it's going to be. So if you are living in an apartment with 5 bedrooms and like 1 living space, it's going to be cheaper. If you just want like a 1 bedroom, it's going to be more expensive. Also, living off campus, most of the time you'll have to pay utility bills and parking. And oh my gosh, parking, that is it's a struggle. It's such a struggle. These student living places that have hidden fees, which is going to be utility bills, and then also parking, which is sometimes almost $200 for a parking pass, just one, and that's pretty insane in my opinion. But if you didn't want to do that, there's also street parking, but it's not guaranteed. It fills up like crazy. So yeah, that's student living off campus, which are going to be the high rises. And they look nicer on the outside, but the insides are a bit more sterile, if you will. I mean, they're just kind of boxy. They're cheap, you know, like cheaply made. The furniture in them are not that great, in my opinion, at least the ones that I've been to. Anyways, moving on. There's the third option, which is going to be co-ops. Co-ops are quite an interesting like living situation. So basically what that is, depending on which one you live in, it's either going to be a house, which most of them are. They're these houses where you live in a community and you all do chores to live there, like a cooperative living situation. The pros of those are going to be their communities in those are really tight knit. As I've never lived in one, this is just what I've heard. The people that I've met from co-ops are all super chill. They're all really cool. And you do get more freedom there. To do what you want. There are, of course, guidelines of living at those places. Like, you can't do certain things, obviously, but you do get more freedom from, say, a dorm situation. Typically, at least the ones that I've seen, the houses, their rooms are bigger than the high rises and dorms. So you got more room to stretch your legs. And one of the main reasons why people love living in co-ops is because it's so cheap. It's probably one of the cheapest living options for like a UT student. But the cons, however, you have to pull your weight in order if you want to live there. You have to do chores, cooking, cleaning, all that jazz. Depending on what co-op you live at, they have like certain chores, certain days that you have to do your responsibilities. And also, you're living in a house with a bunch of people and you're sharing everything. So take that as you will. That could be a pro or a con. Again, take it as you will. And then the fourth option is what I do, and that's just regular off-campus living. These are gonna be smaller apartments. These are typically like 3 to 2 stories high. Sometimes they're smaller apartment buildings, and they're older. These apartments look a little bit more run down, if you will. They've just been there for a long time, but they are very cheap. There's typically that's probably the next cheapest living option besides a co-op would be to live in like regular apartments off campus. You have more room to stretch your legs. And so the privacy is like, just have more privacy. And typically these are further away from campus. Take that as you will, you know. It could be a pro or a con because you'd have to commute, depending on where you live. My place is a 15-minute walk, but regardless. Anyways, I digress. I was gonna get into that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. Some cons though are you're gonna be living in less of a community because you are so private. You're a little bit further away from people. There's less amenities at these places because they are older. They're not gonna have a weight room. They don't usually have pools. And sometimes you have to like a community laundromat thing. I'm lucky I have one. And there's more bills, so you have to pay utilities. Typically, you have to pay utilities. Sometimes you have to pay for parking. Mine's free, fortunately. But you have to pay for electricity, water, Wi-Fi. These things come with the other places typically. But yeah, just more bills. And I guess you could put this in a con, but you could put it in a pro. You're gonna be further away from people, so if you don't mind commuting to campus, take that as you will, you just be further away. A little bit more about my space is, so I share my apartment with a roommate, Michelle. We've met through I used to live in a student living complex off campus, and she sublet for one of my roommates at the time, so that's how I know her. Anyways, so we live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, about 15-minute walk from campus, and we split 1550. That being said, which is like incredible pricing for West Campus, for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We do have to pay for utilities. We don't pay for our water though. I don't really know how that works, but we're only paying for like sewage and electricity. And then we have parking for free, which is so... And my apartment is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, so I have my own bathroom. Michelle has her own bathroom, which is really, really nice. It's really rare in West Campus. I just got blessed with this apartment. I love it so much. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and show you a little tour of my room. All right, so when you open the door, this is what you see when you first walk in. Very creaky door. This is an old apartment, but you turn to the left here and there's this mirror that has come with the apartment. She's a little crooked, but if I really wanted to fix it, I probably could. It's just, I've never gotten around to it, and I've lived here for almost a year and it doesn't really bother me, so. And also it gives it character. And then you open this door and it leads to my closet. I wish I had some better storage organization in here, but when you come in, this is how I just organize my clothes, a little closet tour, but I have all my jackets back there. And then my regular tops, I color code them because I'm insane. Oh, did you hear my dryer? That's really cute. Anyways, over here are my pants right here, and then my dresses. And I keep this rack open so I can put stuff underneath it. Like I have my little outdoor hiking backpack that I have like a towel, my hammock. This is my yoga mat, but I also have some like climbing shoes. And then here are some of my shoes. The other ones I keep under my bed, but these are just a little tall to keep under it, so I keep them in here. Over here, see, this is the part where I wish I had better storage. In these boxes, there's just cotton shorts, pajama pants, workout stuff, and then swimsuits at the top here. And if you turn around, I have a little unit system too, but this is more for like bras, panties, socks, and then on the bottom too, there's shorts and skirts down there. I really do wish I had some better storage, but I mean, for this apartment, I think this is good enough for now. I've lived here a year now, and I mean, that has never, it's never really been an issue. Right, and then we turn around into the main room. We have my bed, obviously the focal point of the room. I love this comforter set. It's from Etsy, from a brand called Everlasting. They have a lot of cute plaid and gingham and linen comforters, and I don't think they're comforters. I think they only sell duvet covers and like pillowcases, but I love this one. I prefer duvets over comforters because they're just easier to wash. But yeah, the bed frame itself is from IKEA. I thought about staining it, but I kind of like the raw wood. And then underneath my bed, that's where I keep the rest of my shoes. I just kick them underneath. And then I have a suitcase under there. I have like some things kicked under my bed because I just don't have anywhere else to put them. And come over here. This is my little bookshelf. It's actually my grandma's toy box from when she was a kid, but my mom painted it for me, and I just use that as my little nightstand / bookshelf with my little vintage antique clock and my lamp. That is also from IKEA. And then we turn around here. This is my little entry table catch-all kind of thing. We have my speaker, my Monstera that I've had for over a year now. I'm very proud of it. This is one of the only plants I owned. I owned another plant. It was an English ivy, but for some reason, I got them both at the same time. And for whatever reason, my English ivy just absolutely died within like 2 weeks. I don't know why. I think she was just sick. And I think they might have like transplanted her or something. Anyways. Yeah, but I just keep this little wicker basket here for my keys and just things that I can grab out the door. The side table, I actually found in the dumpster of my apartment. And I guess they thought it was broken because it's literally perfect. It's in perfect condition. But the tracks of the drawer were upside down. So the drawer was like kind of crooked and not going in. But I was like, I think they just have them upside down. So I brought it in my house, turned the tracks upside down, and then it went in perfectly. So score for me. I like it. It's got the raw wood that kind of matches with my bed stand and my lamp and stuff. This is my chest. I've had this for a while. Inside is just some craft things and just miscellaneous items. And above it, I have my records, my Harry Styles, ABBA, Amy. And then this one is like a movie soundtrack, but my boyfriend found it at a vintage shop and I liked it. And he said that it didn't really go with his apartment, so I put it in here. And then I have my bass guitar and amp in the corner. I'm not that great. Don't ask me to play because I'm not that good. And then we have one of my favorite parts of the room. I'm so proud of this. It's a faux stained glass window. It's usually just like the clear ones in between the colored and the frosted, but I had this inspiration picture on Pinterest and I thought I could recreate it, but the colors and the frost are just like window tint and window frost, and I just cut them out and stuck them in there. I got them from Amazon. But yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of the whole room because in the morning it just like shines colors on my bed. It's amazing. Okay, let's move on to the desk area. This chair I got from the same antique shop as I got my clock that goes next to my bedstand. I like the cane webbing and I just love antique things. Or like vintage looking things. So I got this to go to my desk because as you can see, I DIY tiled this desk that I've had forever, literally since I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 or so. But when like the tile thing was a huge, I think it still is kind of, but I did that. And in between I have originally I wanted it to be a little bit darker and a little bit brighter, but the grout is green, so I got like green things. But the keyboard and like the filing file system, the laptop stand, and these little organizers are all from Amazon. And then we have just like some decorations. This cork board is from Target as well. A lot of these things were in my original dorm or original apartment. I didn't really live in the dorms. I lived in like an apartment off campus. But a lot of this stuff is just I've had for a while. And then we have my second favorite part of the room, which is this mirror, DIY mirror. The actual mirror itself, like the rectangle, is from Target. And then the wings I got from Goodwill. And they're originally silver, but I spray painted them gold and then like put little black paint in the crevices and stuff like that to make it look more vintage and cute. Yeah, this is where I take a lot of my outfit pictures and stuff like that. I love it. I'm obsessed. Anyways. And a lot of people like it when I come in my room, and I love talking about it. So this is my shelving unit. It's got just a bunch of collective things. Got like a little wicker bag and picnic basket that I really like neutral tones in my room. And then I've got like a little altar and my crystals and my candles. And then this basket over here has my tarot cards. incense, and more candles with a little green bandana under it. If you can't tell, my favorite color is green. I'll fix this later, but this is my little, I made this for my original room at my old apartment because we weren't really allowed to hang things on the wall, and I just wanted something big, but I didn't want a tapestry. So I got some sheer curtains and this like wooden rod from Home Depot, and then just command hooked it to the wall. But yeah, so this is my bedroom. And then this door here leads into my bathroom. She's a little small, but I mean, I could be sharing this with like 4 other girls, so I'm not complaining. This is my medicine cabinet, and it holds medicine and nail clippers and things of that sort, but I'm not gonna open it because it's kind of messy. And my shower. Okay, so I was originally going to get a shower curtain. I kept it clear because it lets more light into my bathroom when I shower. I don't like showering in the dark. But yeah, and the tile is kind of cool in the bathroom, so or in the shower, so I just wanted to keep it that way. I wanted to be able to see it. I have a rug from Etsy again, and then I have my little toiletry, tower, makeup, hair stuff, toilet paper, feminine products, the huge. And then we have another toiletry holder with, my boyfriend like brushes his teeth in the shower, and now I do that because it makes sense to me now. But yeah. Oh, this is a huge tip for people that live in like really old apartments. Your shower heads are probably really old and crusty, like mine was. So I went on Amazon and just got an extension and a new shower head. And it was only like $30 total, but it's 100% worth it. And then toilet, the huge. And then up here, I just have towels and like extra makeup palettes and stuff that I don't use as much, but they're on hand. They're just in here. And I'm not gonna open it because that is a disaster. All right, so that was my bathroom. This is my bedroom. Yeah, this is what you get in West Campus in Austin, Texas. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, let me know or corrections, I guess. Let me know down below, and let me know what you want to see. Thanks. Bye.